What's up everybody, David Thomas with Spark Fitness LLC. Today's video is going to be about lactic acid and its bad rap. So the soreness that we feel in our muscles post-workout is due to microscopic tears in the muscle tissue. These microscopic tears will help rebuild the muscles to help get you stronger and bigger muscles. So what is lactic acid that everyone's going on about? What does it do and why do we need it? Well, first of all, most people associate lactic acid with sprinting or heavy lifting, like I was saying earlier, and they'd be correct. Lactic acid is a byproduct of glycolysis, which is one of the many metabolic processes that our body uses to produce energy during these heavy bouts of exercise. Lactic acid basically is a collective term used to describe when a lactate and a hydrogen ion bond together, and they are a byproduct of the glycolysis system. So what does it do? Well, lactic acid is formed within the muscle cells during glycolysis to clear the muscle cells of any accumulating pyruvate, which is also a byproduct of glycolysis. While still in the muscle cells, the hydrogen ion is what is responsible for lowering the pH of the muscles and the muscle tissue. This decrease in the pH, known as acidosis, is when you feel that burning sensation, say like your third rep of squats, or when you start sprinting for long periods of time, or like when you're running miles. That is the burning sensation, is known as acidosis, hence lactic acid's bad rep. But the good news is, however, is that lactic acid is more of a helper to our muscles, since it ultimately supplies us with energy during our bouts of exercise. So I'm gonna break it down for you like this, my friends. The lactic acid produced during glycolysis is easily disassociated, which means that once the lactic acid leaves the muscle cells and enters the bloodstream, the lactate and the hydrogen ion are no longer attached and present in or as lactic acid. But they are both present in the body as lactate and as a hydrogen ion. The lactate is often recycled, sent through, and it comes in and is probably used as energy. Well, actually it is used as energy again, which is needed during our bouts of exercise. So when is lactic acid produced? Well, lactic acid is produced during, like I said, our heavy bouts of exercise, long, either sprints, running long distances, or heavy lifting. And lactic acid is produced so we can sustain these acts of activities. Our bodies use adenosine triphosphate, which is ATP for short, and that's our primary energy source. There's three main energy pathways that produce ATP in the body. That is the ATP/PC system, the glycolytic system, and the oxidative system. I'm not going to take you back to school, so just bear with me, I promise you. So during these bouts of high intensity exercise, like I said, the body relies on the ATP/PC system and the glycolytic systems for quick energy because they produce ATP at a faster rate than the oxidative system. The body will also use the ATP/PC system first because it produces the ATP the quickest. Once energy resources are gone from the ATP/PC system or run low, the body will turn to the glycolytic systems, and that's basically glycolysis. So during that process of the glycolysis, pyruvate is produced as a byproduct when there is plenty of oxygen available in the cells, and pyruvate is broken down and turned into more ATP to be used as energy. However, when we are performing sprints, squats, or anything like that, our bodies can't supply oxygen to the cells at a fast enough rate, creating what is called an anaerobic environment in the cells. So that's just nuts, right? But hang on a second, there's more. When this happens, pyruvate accumulates in the muscle cell and is quickly converted into lactate while also releasing a free hydrogen ion in the process. To clear this so-called traffic jam and resume energy production, the lactate and hydrogen ions pair together as lactic acid so they can be removed from the cell and into the bloodstream. In short, lactic acid is formed when the muscles don't have enough oxygen to use their energy sources. So how do you stop or get rid of lactic acid? You don't. It's easy. It's all you got to do is just stop working out, stop lifting weights, or stop doing the sprints, and then over time, like say within the 5-10 minutes, it'll just stop. Just stops producing, period. So how do you reduce the lactic acid? I bet you're wondering, and that's really, really easy. So the best way to answer that is just work out more. Yeah, I said work out more. The best way to reduce the production of lactic acid is to increase your physical activity so that it takes longer for your body to get to that point. Over time, when you progress or lift more weight and stay consistent with training, you'll find that your stamina will increase and you can train harder for longer periods. Internally, what happens is that your body continues to produce energy that you need for longer periods before oxygen is no longer sufficiently supplied to the cells and lactic acid is formed. So just work out more, and the more you work out and the longer you work out, then the best way to stop lactic acid buildup is just keep working out. I promise you, over time, you won't build up as much lactic acid as possible. Now, let's say you start lifting heavier weights, because you've got to progressively overload your squats. Let's say you go from 225 to 235. Yes, lactic acid will probably be produced again because you're lifting heavier weights, so it's going to take more oxygen to lift those weights. So just make sure you keep that in mind. So it's not lactic acid that causes the soreness. It's the microfiber tears inside your muscle tissue. So remember that. Lactic acid is getting a bad rap, so make sure it doesn't get a bad rap anymore. Well, that'll do it for this video. I hope you found it very informative. Please press the like button and subscribe to the channel. Turn on the notifications so that way you won't miss a video every time I put one out. If you like what I'm doing so far, please put a comment down below. If you want me to cover something in the future, also please put a comment down below. And if you have any other questions, down below, brother. All right, man. Remember, positive thoughts equal positive life, man. Peace out.